What is up, my beautiful people? So I'm going to give you a quick update. If you do follow me on Instagram, you know I have been sick for almost a full week. My sinus infection and my upper respiratory infection have finally started to clear out, but I do now have pink eye in both of my eyes. So I'm sorry I look like this. I normally try to look a little bit more decent for YouTube because you have to look at me the whole time. So I'm very sorry for my appearance. I try to, like I said, look a little bit better for you guys. It makes it a little bit more easy to watch the video, but I cannot put any makeup on, and I'm sure you can tell I probably look like I'm on something. I'm not on anything. I just have pink eye, and you can probably tell my voice a little bit. I'm still trying to get that back fully. I did work last night. I fill in at my coaching job. I did do that last night, and it's a lot of yelling. So my voice is a little bit off. I have been taking a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to be better. But yes, so that's where all this comes from. But welcome to episode 2 of So You Want to Be a Bodybuilder. Today I just want to kind of add on to what I said in part 1. So part 1, as always guys, I have my list because I want to make sure I get as much to you as I can. So part 1 was, what is your why? This is still a big one. Make sure you have your why with you. Finding a coach, the time demand that it is very selfish. So make sure you go to part 1, watch that one, and then come over and join me on this one, or watch it after this one, whichever. There's another thing I would like to say, guys, which I really appreciate. Ethan, he's posted on the last video, he posted a lot of my videos, but thank you for saying this. You do not have to compete, guys. Just because you enjoy working out does not mean you have to step foot on a stage. It is not for everybody, and that is fine. That is 100% completely fine. It is not necessary for anyone to step on a stage. It is something that you should enjoy doing. Don't ever feel like it's something that is required of you just because you work out. So let's get into this video. So let's say you watched my last video and you decided, all right, yes to all of those, I'm going to do a show. Well, first things first, get a posing coach once you have a show picked out. You can never pose too much. I posed weekly going up into nationals, and I still wish I would have posed more. And especially if you are a new person and like a beginner in this, you need to be posing and posing often, because once you get on stage, I've seen it happen, guys. People freeze. They completely freeze up. And it's okay if that happens, especially if it's your first show. It is nerve-wracking up there. And so the more that you've practiced it and the more it's been conditioned into your brain, the less likely you're going to freeze. And even if your mind freezes, the more you've practiced it, your body will already know what to do because you have that muscle memory. So I definitely recommend getting a posing coach or seeing if your coach does posing. I know both of my previous coaches did do posing. I was very fortunate. And so talk to them, and if they don't do posing, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have somebody they can recommend you to help you with posing. So you went through the checklist, you found a coach. You want to talk to them about when you want the show to be. So depending on what state you're in, and I'm going based off of MPC, which is the National Physique Committee. They have a website for each state. Go to NPC, your state, so I do NPC Texas, NPC Oklahoma, whatever it is, wherever state you're wanting to go to NPC, enter your state, and it'll have a list of the shows that are coming up. So a few things whenever picking a show, well, go to the website and you want to know how long your prep length is. And so that's something that you should talk to your coach about, like I said in the last one, how long your prep should be. Let's say they want to do a 20-week prep. You need to find a show that's at least 20 weeks away. Another thing is your budget. Guys, competing is expensive. So you want to make sure that around that time period that you're going to have, or even throughout the prep, that you're going to have some money that is expendable, that you're going to be able to spend on a few things, which I'm going to go over now. What all you will need for your show. Well, first off, you'll have to have, and like I said, I'm going off of MPC, because that is the only confederation I have been with. And so, confederation, is that right? It's the only federation. It's the only one I've been in. I've been in the MPC, I have not done another one, so I'm not 100% sure how the other ones work. So I'm going based off of what MPC requires. So you will need your MPC card, guys. This, I believe, if I remember correctly, is about $125, and it lasts you the full year. So first thing you will need before you even register in a show is your MPC card. And then after you get that, you are able to go ahead and register for a show before you need anything else. So first things first, get your MPC card and then look at your show. There are open and novice. That is something you will talk to your coach about, and that is something I can touch on in another video. So yes, get your MPC card. Next, you will need your suit. And I'm going based off of ladies. Men, you will not need all of this. You will need a lot less. Lucky for you. But ladies, you will need a suit. You'll need to figure out what color is going to look best on you, how sparkly you want it, how not sparkly you want it, you know, just kind of all those different kind of things. You'll need a suit, you will need heels, and you will need jewelry. First, those three things. And then secondly, and you can kind of do this closer to show, you need hair, tan, and makeup. Especially for the tan is one thing that I would go ahead and plan a little while out, because you don't want to be the person getting a tan Saturday morning before you step on stage. So I will link the two people down below that I have used before and absolutely love. Both are local to the DFW area. I am assuming most of you are DFW followers. So these are people that you can reach out to, that they do most of the shows, and that way you can kind of get in touch with them, let them know what show you want to do, ask them if they're going to be at those shows. That's a big thing. Don't just depend on, oh, you know what, I want this person, they're going to be there. Some people, especially if it's like, I use more, not a business, I don't know how to use that word, so I use like just people, and I don't use a big business like Protans or Liquid Sunrays. I use individuals, and so I have to reach out to them ahead of time and make sure they're going to be at those shows, so that I'm not like, oh yeah, they'll be there, and then 2 weeks out I'm like, oh crap, now I have to figure out what I'm doing. So if you're using an individual, reach out to them before you just assume they're going to be there, and if they're not going to be there, you can always do like Protans or Liquid Sunrays. They're not bad, and they do wash off a lot easier than the individual tan solutions. So, oh, and then hair, makeup, and you will need nails. So get your nails done like during your peak week before you get your tan on. And then the hair and makeup, I like to schedule those about 4 weeks out from my show. Your show day bag, what to have in your bag. I see these girls with like these big suitcases that they're rolling around. I personally I don't even know what all to put in a bag that big. I carry my little personal purse and a 6-pack bag, or if I can, I fit it all in my 6-pack bag. But all that I will carry with me, excuse me, I'm sorry, I know I keep touching my face. First thing is I always carry bands. 9 times out of 10, there will be bands at the show, but I like to carry resistant bands with me just in case they're all being used, or since there's a lot of people normally around the bands, if I want to be able to step back and not deal with the big crowd, I'll have my own bands with me so that I can use them, start warming up, start pumping up, and doing all of that, instead of being in the crowd and worrying about who has what bands I need, because a lot of times they're kind of weird, like some are too short, some don't have handles, whatever. That way, if there's none, I can have them and I'm not stressing about it. And normally there'll be weights back there also, so I wouldn't recommend using a super heavy weight because you're so depleted, but you see like a 5 or a 10 pound weight, nothing big. I've even seen women bring their own weights, whatever you want to do. I also carry a touch-up makeup, and so it's a little bit more difficult if you get your makeup professionally done to have touch-up makeup. Normally I just carry something for my lips because you are talking a lot, your lips are really dry, and for me, whenever my lips are dry, my stain will come off really easy. So I'll carry my own stain with me just in case I need to touch them up. No big deal. If you do your own makeup, just have your makeup bag with you. Have extra lashes, like things like that, because you never know what's gonna happen. I know my last local show day, it was super windy. My hair got caught in my lashes and I almost ripped them off. So you never know what's gonna happen. Just have little extra things like that. It kind of takes away a lot of the stress just in case it does happen. You don't have to worry about someone running to the store for you or whatever. Next thing is your food, obviously. Your coach should send you something to eat, like a general meal plan for that day. It will not be a lot of food, it will be something, so you want to make sure you have those with you. I like to carry bulk items, so I'll have just like a whole bag of rice cakes, I'll have a container of rice, I'll have a container of potatoes, and then normally it's just fish, then I'll have a container of some fish. And you don't need a lot of food on show day, like I said, guys, because normally after prejudging, your coach will tell you to go get a meal. Normally, if they don't be offended, don't be upset, just trust their process, know that they know what they're doing. And so, my dog was crying because he wants to go outside. Yes, so the food. And then they will tell you what they want you to have. Also, ladies, you want to have the tiny little plastic cups. I don't have any here, so I can't really show you any. But you want to poke a hole in the bottom of it. And this is for when you go to the bathroom, so you don't worry about it splashing back and ruining your tan. You'll just hold it, you'll pee, and then it'll go out the little hole at the bottom. And then you have no splashing. And then your heels. You want to walk around in flip-flops. And so your heels will be in your bag. You want to make sure your heels are in your bag. I know people that have forgotten them. Make sure the heels are in the bag. Honestly, that is all I put in my bag. I might have some headphones in there so that when I'm backstage I can just kind of be in my own zone. With my chargers, different things like that to keep me entertained and keep me preoccupied. But I don't put a whole lot in my bag because I don't want to worry about lugging around a huge bag with me all day. And I don't have a rolly bag, so I don't want to carry anything super heavy. So that is all that I put in my bag. So get a posing coach, guys. Pick a show. Know what you need to do a show, and then pack your bag for the show. That's obviously more of a peak week thing. But yes, I hope this video helped you a little bit. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share. I absolutely appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. As always, leave your comments down below. Message me on Instagram if you have comments, whatever it is. I love you guys so, so, so much, and I look forward to talking to y'all in the next video. Hopefully, this will all be gone. Thank you guys. I love you.